Good morning, good evening. Thank you for listening. This is an agricultural, horticultural and gardening show focusing on plant science, soil science and microbiology. And the information is fact-checked, so it can be relied on. And the papers and websites discussed will be put in the description below. And today is an open topic. So if you're already watching this back, fast forward until you see the screen change. And then you'll know I've started to discuss some topics. Because there is one, which is good. So I'll give it another 70 seconds till 2-minute mark. And then I'll start just to allow others to arrive. Just like 420 Fred. Hello, 420 Fred. And hello, Genetic Memory Farms. A question there about sprouting seeds. Hey, hello, Aussie Jeffro. How did your operation go, mate? Hope you're recovering well. "20 seconds to go. "10 seconds. For all those into cricket, there's a bit of cricket on in the States at the moment. It's going pretty well. Go the Orchids. Oh, it's Jeffro says, all good. That's good. Healed up well. Sweet. Was a... Is that it? No. There's an opinion asked here on sprouting seeds as a new product. So let's have a look. I like new products. So what's this? The system allows you to soak and germinate multiple varieties of seeds in easy-to-use compact systems. Let's have a look to see if it's good. 3 needs per seed. That's correct. Water, oxygen, and warming. It's temperature. Does that say warming? Can't I see it? And warmth. Oh. Set heat pad to 10F. Warmer than target temperature. Uh-oh. So that's working through convection. Yeah. Okay. There's 3 ways that heat conducts: convection, radiation, and the third one is conduction. No. It's thermal. Anyway, so let's get into this one. Example, if the seeds you're germinating require a temperature of 85F, set the heat pad to 95F. So what's it? Just a frying pan on a heat pad. Then you soak glasses and bags, dark place. So you soak them, okay. Step 1, step 2, seeds soak on the left. Step 2, germinated seeds. Looks like they've still got water in there. And there's air ducts. There's ducts like when you're going to do batch reacted breeding in microbes. And so the air is going to travel differently around through these systems. They got little arrows to show you it's supposed to go in around that way. Okay. Next step about the convection. Holds humidity, retains heat. Yeah. Air and water, yeah, true. Darkness is good. All right. That's it. It's a grate with holes in it. Avoid the risks of root damage when germinating your seeds with traditional paper towel or cotton pads. Radicals, taproots, will not grow into these filter papers, unlike fibrous cotton pads and paper towels. Well, they do grow into the paper towels decently, and the cotton pads. So that's not very. So that tells me that these people don't have experience just from that little fact. They're trying to sell it to folks that, just like in the cannabis in the industry, that people, damn it, safer than fibrous cotton pads, seeds tested. Oh, very good to see the handling. Oh, it's pretty snazzy. Nicely 3D printed. That's cool, eh? I like the little system that they got. So that might hold the little pucks, square pick pucks, whatever type of rooting substrate you can put into there, the square. Oh yeah, and you make your own. So you put some in, probably squash it down. Maybe I should read. Sustainable and reusable. That's a good bit about it. But the only thing is, it's not that accurate. Because where's the thermostat? So the thermostat there looks like it's in that little gauge there. Because power comes in, goes out to the heat pad to turn it on and off, and the thermostat's in that. So wherever this sits, you're guessing the temperature inside there. So if you happen to get a really cold snap and it's freezing, for instance, this thing will be powering on, cooking it all inside. So that's inaccurate. I mean, it's still going to work, but you wanted my opinion. And my opinion's to say the really good and the bad, how it's going to work well and how it's not going to work well. And I like all this sustainability with this. Plastics looks good. But yeah, the thermostat should be inside here. So they should have had a little hole where the probe goes into here, right where the seedlings are going, or the germination of the seeds are. And then it would be so good, because the heat pad will turn on to keep the seeds at the set temperature, not this thermostat at a set temperature. All right, let's get on to what else did I miss out on? So they're just sitting in, you just sit them there. What's this thing? So you sit them on that. The system was created to create a convection during the germination and early growth process, providing your seeds with ideal environment, perfect balance for moisture. Okay. Well, the perfect balance. Let's go into some seed germination facts. They've done a really nice system, but you can do all this yourself. It's pretty. So you just need all right, I'll stop, see if there's any questions, because I might have missed some stuff. I've just very summarized this, and I don't know anything about it either. So see what comments are there. Go back to that. Genetic memory farms, that I was wondering, can the thermostats be self-regulating for a preset temp, or is it going to hear a set additional amount? Yeah, you can preset it, but you're guessing. Thank you. Value your opinion. Okay, no worries, mate. Genetic memory farms. So it needs a thermostat, yes. From my, you can do it yourself though. Here, I'll show you how to do it yourself a lot easier. Not easier, probably cheaper. and you can build multiple ones. What did he just say then? So it needs thermostat. Yeah, it does. Oh, yeah, and the set value. Yeah. So I'll just pull up a few links here. I'll show you what I suggest. What are they called? It's one of them. And what's the other one? What's that thing I wired in? I should just go and look at it. Where's one of them? DMW3001. DMW3001. So DMW3001. Sweet. Here you go. Hang on. Let's bring up another page for this one. No, not that's the heat pad. We want a plastic. That'll do. No, waterproof. There we go. Is that it? There's one. There's one right there. No. What's the cheap ones? I made one. They've all got is it one there? Just fits. I did this. I've done this years ago, and ever since it's just reliable, extremely reliable. Come on. There's one. It's a bad example, but that'll do for this example. Right, I'm not sharing though. All right, back to sharing. So you get your heat pad. So you go and buy your one in your correct voltage that you want, and wattage, because the wattage will govern how strong it is. So the higher the watt, you might get yourself a 40 watt one or a 60 watt one, 80 watt one, depends what you want. And also the size. These pictures, they bluff the so-and-so out here. It's the size. So this one is probably a B5 bit of paper. It's miniature. Then you go and buy this DM/W3001. You can see the price for this thermostat, $4. Oh, it's $10 actually. It is. Oh, look, here's one for $6. I'll just show you. $7 US. And you make sure again it's in the correct voltage, because this is Australia, so that's the correct voltage you get in Australia. And then this is just a switch. All sorts of electrical things are just switches. So you're just interrupting the power flow. So, this is pretty dangerous. You should actually sort an electrician like me. But if you're pretty handy, you can do it yourself. Because you could just see the back of that. There it is. That thing's a bit annoying. You got your probe, your NTC. I can't even get anywhere close to it. And then the in will be the black and red. So that's the power coming in. So you theoretically cut the cord, strip the cables back either side, and it gives you your colors. Just join the colors to in and out. That's it. Because this is a switch. So you're just putting a switch in line. But you have to join the colors correctly. And then you've got to do the connection correctly. And those Morettes that you get in the States, I don't agree with them. Sorry. They put, for the people in Australia that don't know, they put a screw connector on the top of these cables. So legally in the code, you can cut the cables, screw them together, twine the metal together, and you've got this cap thing, and that screws over the top of it. And if you do it properly, it doesn't come out. But I always want to put it under a screw. And then in Australia, you've got to put it under a screw and then inside of a box to be legal. But in the States, it's different. But anyway, that's how to cheaply achieve the same result. And the best thing about this one is this probe. So they give you this massively long waterproof probe. So the thermostat sits close to your container or your seed sprouting area, and the probe sits right next to the area where the biology is. And then it can be dialed in absolutely spot on perfect. And you can also, looks like this one's only a Celsius one. Make sure you probably want to get Fahrenheit one if you're in the States. But, that's an easier way to make your thing. And then this has no area for dormancy breaking. So if you put it in a bag, just a normal fruit bag, plastic bag, and with an apple to allow the ethylene to promote the dormancy breaking and the procedures to happen in the seed to start the process, the germination process. That's my suggestion. So if you've got quite a lot of these, you might have a big Tupperware container, for instance, that the probe could go through the side in, and it's a thin probe. These little, that black one there, that's like a figure 8 cable. It's really, really thin. It's just a control cable, so it's mega thin. So you could nearly fit it underneath the lid of a Tupperware container. So this would sit under the bottom. Your Tupperware container would sit on the top with water inside of it, and enough oxygen inside. You don't need any air pump because there's enough oxygen inside there to start the germination process. Then once it's started, well, it'll go into the next phase. So you're interested in germinating. Do you want me to go into show you some science about it? If you got any more questions. As GMF says, if you put up the links, I can check them when I go home. Yeah, sure. I'll put those 2 links that I just, these ones. Share screen. This one, I'll just, whatever this link is here, and this one here, I'll put this link up for sure, because this is pretty important. This is that DMW 3001. You can put that, search that in your search engine. So I'll put the link up here, and you go, oh, rad. See, it doesn't have DM, sly. So that means there. Yeah, so let's put these 2 links up anyway. Do you want me to have a look go in a bit more detail about oh, hang on, sorry, I haven't finished reading yet. I think Johnson Controls makes a probe and a controller that has 110 volts plugs, so no wiring necessary. I use them to make keg coolers and fermenters, but they are like 40, 50 bucks. Yeah, that's the thing. You can go and get all of these products that are pre-made, like, but I just showed you the way how to make your own. And the best way is how to make your own is that you can always repair it. So if something goes wrong, you know what part to buy. Is it the heat pad or the thermostat? But if you get these things that are pre-made, you're already automatically getting $100 is paid. And this one, by the look of it, doesn't have a probe as well. So just by making it yourself. And if you are a bit worried, because this is a very simple connection, maybe a soldering iron. Get yourself a soldering iron, and if you're handy enough to try and attempt this, a soldering iron would be good to have in your kit. Or use a little blowtorch, gas blowtorch, as a soldering iron, sorry, as they pronounce it in North America. and then you just wrap it. Apparently the insulation take 3 layers is equal to V75 rating, but you want V90 these days. So maybe 5 layers of your rated electrical tape from your electrical shop, and that'll seal it off. If you don't want to put heat shrink, that's going a bit overboard. But yeah, if you can make your own, you can repair your own and help out others out as well. Aussie Jeffro says, sounds good, the thermostat. Yeah, well, it's nothing like dialing it in. And then if you want to use that same heating pad, not for germination, you can use it, for instance, for seedlings. So you can put the waterproof probe into the substrate, whatever the substrate is, whatever it is, because it's waterproof. So you just put it into the area that you want. And if the pot's really, really big, for instance, you don't put the probe on top. You want to bury it a fair bit because that's the temperature you want. So yeah, it's really handy to have those things. Generic Memory Farm says, thank you for your input, Aussie. Might just build a sprouted one. It's good to have them, mate. I've got okay, there's Mace. G'day, Mace. Nice to see you, buddy. It's good to build one because then you've always got it. And I've been building them for years. We're talking about germination, Mace. There's this new product out. I just went through it. This product. And you can make your own. A lot easier. And you just threw me off, Mace. Yeah, they're just very handy things. And your heating pads you can get, you might get ones that are large, 2 foot. So what are they? 60 centimeters I'll put in. Nope. Oh, I better keep that link. I'll go back. I've got to keep that link to share that later on. Yes. So germination. So by making your own, it's just really rad. Dial it in, whatever you want. Dial the numbers in. It's cool. So the reason why that one was bad, I'm not sharing, was the thermostat and no dormancy areas for breaking to put any products to allow that to happen. And they sort of said something here that I don't like. Radicals will not grow into these filter papers, unlike fibrous cotton papers and paper towels. Oh, hang on. I was wrong. They've got ones that don't grow into, and they're saying that it will grow into the other ones. Yeah, but it doesn't matter because when it grows into, for instance, paper towel, you just rip off the bit of paper towel. There's a bit of medium for it to start and absorb water. So if anything, it's a good thing. But so in other words, they're silicon based and they grow across the top of it. They just slide across the top so you can easily get them out. This is a very basic, if you've never grown anything before, this might be a good way to start. But if you've got an experience, I'd suggest the other method of making your own. The heating pads, the ones I've got, that's what I was looking for, heating pad. 60 centimeter heating pad. So they're all waterproof. No, them. Yeah, you get them from, well, I've got mine from overseas. They're cheap, $30 for a large one, 2 foot by 2 foot, 60 centimeter. So you see what area you want it for. So if you go and buy a Tupperware container that's 1 foot by 1 foot, just get a pad that's 1 foot by 1 foot. There's none here. Where's the plastic one? There's like that. I must be definitely using the wrong words because it's not coming up. Yes, because that's what these companies have done. They've gone and what I've just explained, but they haven't quite put the probes in them yet. They've still got the temperature, the thermostat in the controller. So if the controller's on the floor and it's cold, this thing will be on all night and cooking. Bang, there goes your seedlings. So by that probe sitting in there, it's just everything's taken care of. It's fail-safe. I mean, there's nothing like having ways to correct problems. And there you go. See this one here? 100% rad. Thermostat's in there. But you'll be paying top dollar for this. This will be over $100 because they've gone and pre-wired it. Yeah. You're fussing me. You enjoying the cricket? The States each morning it's on. It's pretty good at the moment. But yeah, the germination. What else can I elaborate with germination? Would you like me to elaborate or have some questions on this making your own germination tools? Maybe I can show you mine. All right, let's have a bit of a squiz. Where is it? It would be under germination, plant development and growth. I'll just have a quick look through and see if I can find any good pictures for you. Oh, gosh. Still looking. Yeah. No. Pesticides. It's not looking good. Doesn't really matter anyhow. I've kind of covered what I've wanted to say anyway. I've already shown you. You'd see just what I've shown you. Water pressures. Try. No. All right, let's go into some germination stuff. What do you reckon? Going to go into that much? Yeah, mostly go into a smidgen of detail. Keep on the germination topic. And while you're still listening, I'm looking for suggestions for shows for next week and the week after and stuff like that. So if you've got any shows, would you like me to go through some of my other courses that I've done or stuff like that? I quite enjoy the courses because it's just going through slides and it's quite simple. Germination. The one, here's the picture of one with all the gases and the sugars release. Is that one? These are pretty technical. Let's see what this is about. Vertical transmission of seed microbiomes and seed biopriming and maintaining plant fitness in ecosystems. No, it's nothing to do with it. That's inoculating. I'd put that under. Yeah, seed biopriming process. That's inoculating. Which, if you use that technique that I was telling you about, you'll be biopriming it with ethylene, and that's one of the nanotechnology elements that can be used. Novel framework for its identification. Oh, right. That's the stages of a seed rupturing, how that radical comes out. It doesn't really explain much. Don't know if I should keep. I'll go back to the other screen, see if I can see any ones. Let's see. This might be with the gases. Ambient environment, dormancy induction, dormancy breaking. So, this is just the process, how to do it, or what's going to happen. So if you put the right thing, like gibberellic acid, it will promote it into germinating. But if you use abscisic acid, it will go into non-dormant and keep the dormancy happening. But if you use ethylene, ethylene is a positive, like gibberellic acid, in the seedling, in the seed breaking process. They're the only two positive phytohormones. Actually, you have got brassinosteroids, but they're the main two phytohormones that are used. So by you having the apple in there with it, it will be aiding in the process of germination. That's what I wanted to get to. That wasn't the diagram I wanted either, but it helped. I wanted the full one on the seeds. Let's just go right into it. This isn't in organized manner either, unfortunately. I'm only looking for one. It's going to show the whole process. It's going to have the starch breaking. What was that? No. What's the starch breaking enzyme? Come on. Amylase. Meiosis in seeds. Development. Here we go. This might be it. Finally, cross-sectional. It's pretty broad at the cellular level. One develop. Okay. Yeah, we want after this. After it's been this. Getting there. Getting there. This is pollination. Soybean, yeah, very good. Two types of epigeel and hypogeel. I'm trying. Structure and germination. Oh, is it in there? Oh, it's just got the bits. It doesn't tell you that going through the once. Yeah, it's the starchy section, but it doesn't tell you that actual process. And then it shows you ethylene. Just give me a bit of wasn't there. No. Oh, it's probably on the main page right here. No. I've been at Seed Technology course. No, it's probably, you've all probably clicked off by now. What's a Seed Technology? Where are you? This one. You're one of these. I was wrong. It says recently got a sample product. Mega. Oh yeah. This product? No. Never heard of it. Mega 1314. Ah, that's a it's a concentrate, but I don't know much about it. It's all about the testing, mate. I'd be looking at what the numbers say, but then the numbers in Australia aren't reliable because they don't test at the correct times. They'll test the batches, and then all of a sudden, 3 or 4 months later, when the customer goes to have it, when everything's changed massively, they assume those numbers are the same, which is actually wrong. They've changed a lot. But the resins do hold their numbers a lot better because they're a concentrate and they don't age as much. Yeah. But no, I haven't personally dealt with that one. Sounds pretty good though. Yeah, sounds real good. And yes, the germination. What else can I say about that? Or is there any other questions? And more so for next week's show, if you've got any idea, because I'll just be doing the same thing again like today. I'll be retitling today's germination and review of a germination product and rolling with it. So if you've got any suggestions, please put them out and yeah, be good to go with that. We can title the show that. I can get a bit prepared even. Otherwise, I'm just rolling with it. Because I don't want to hold you up. I've been talking long enough. I'd like to talk more about any plant science, soil science, and microbiology stuff, but I don't want to ramble. My uni does start in 2 weeks' time, so I'm looking forward to that. Where I can get the latest technologies and science stuff and share them with you about the gardening and horticulture and agricultural sectors. Good stuff. Righto. Well, Washington Freedom are playing Seattle Orcas. Glenn Maxwell versus Dave Warner. For those who are into the cricket. Maxie's doing pretty good, actually. So there's a 2020 on in the States at the moment. Oh, yeah, so I heard that things are changing. Things are changing. It's not for the good, is it? It's unfortunate. Yeah. Isn't it interesting that only takes a few people in politics to fully change things? A few different sways of reasons why they're in politics or stuff, the people that set the rules and vote on them. It's, yeah. I knew it was coming. Knew it'd be one day, eh? That's for sure. Really? Oh, wow. Back to old school ways. Yes. It's sad. I try and stay out of that sort of thing now. It's the best way to be. I've interested in garlic, believe it or not. Doing well with garlic. Doing plant science stuff with garlic and brassicas. Yes. Yeah, it's sad. Very sad. Actually, that would probably be interesting. I could talk about it if someone brings it up. As I did a world first in brassicas. I crossed some plants, and from these seeds produce Brussels sprout and broccoli on the same stem from seed. And it can't be done, as the search engines say, but I put 10 seeds out thinking that they were going to be Brussels sprout, and 3 of them have come up with broccoli on them as well. And I got a lot of seeds of them. So I enjoy the plant science in those sectors, and that's going to take me places rather than focusing on one plant that I used to focus on in the past. I'm not doing that anymore. So it's a lot, just, I don't like getting nowhere with all that good education and good knowledge and stuff. So I'm putting it into garlic and into my veggies and that type of stuff. It's really good in that sense, at least getting results out of it. You see that, and because I'm using the microbes as well, like I talked about in a few other shows weeks ago, those differences are phenomenal. I did a video, actually I don't post it on this channel. Jesus. Plant science is great. It works well. I'm getting fantastic results from it. Plant science, soil science, and microbiology. I'd say it would go in more so plant science first, and then microbiology, and then soil science. But I don't write it that way because it's a bit of a mouthful. Because with the microbes and knowing a bit about the plant's growth and development on the cellular level, holy mackerel, combine the both, and it's interesting because different microbes give different expressions. What was the question? Have you seen black garlic? No. What's this black garlic? Because I went to, there's a thing called true garlic seeds, and no, not many people produce, actually I'll leave that up. Not many people produce true garlic seed, and it takes 2 years for the plant to biannual. And there's a company in New Zealand doing it, and it's something that I would like to do. It's right up my alley to make different varieties of garlic, new cultivars. Black garlic is a type of aged garlic that is colored deep blackish brown. The process is done in Asia. It's made by placing garlic in warm, moist, controlled environment over a course of several weeks, a process that produces black cloves. Actually, that would be a better one. I'll go back to this one. I like that page. These can be semi-relied on. Wikipedia. Wowee. The flavor profile, it probably changed full on because it would be aged. Yeah, more caramelly, because the sugars have, the sugars have changed. The starch has been turned into sugars, and then the sugar ages and creates a caramelly-like flavor. Cool as. Wonder if Genetic Memory Farms has heard of this too. Black garlic was created 2004. That's pretty new. Right. Very cool. No. See, I love this show. People teach me stuff. I share some of my plant, soil science, and microbiology stuff, and people teach me stuff. It's rad. I love it. Well, Genetic Memory Farm says the truth is there are more people eating food than using medical. Just a bigger audience. Don't know. Oh, you said that. Truth is there. Well, eating medicinal food reacts better in our side of our bodies, creating less waste and getting more benefits from the medicinal foods that we eat. May says, I've seen it in Thailand and it's more expensive than traditional garlic. Fair income. Wow. Well, I'm doing organics, so it'll be organic black garlic maybe. Genetic Memory Farm says black garlic is naturally fermented and turns black into. Have you ever tried any? What do you know about it? Genetic Memory Farms. He's in that industry. Genetic Memory Farm says it has been eaten in Japan a long time. So it wasn't created, as that page says. It'd been in Japan a long time. Cool. Might be a fermented thing, is it? Oh, he just says that above it. It's naturally fermented. Wow. Because, yeah, Japanese has a lot of that fermentation stuff. Yeah, it's good how we can get the benefits out of. That's what I always thought with my studies. If it didn't go anywhere with that area I was going down at the start, I'd always go in plant science. And this is exactly how it's paying off massively. That's cool. Be all sorts of other fermentation stuff that you could do, I'm sure, with different food products. And then getting the microbes in the food products to do different things, that will be fun as. Because some microbes will react with and break down, like they might produce amylase, which breaks down a starch. So that produces the sugars. So if you can get stems, for instance, that have that, with those actions happening, microbes that produce more amylase that can break it down faster, produce the starch, you're going to get a sweeter product that's going to result in what it says before, a better outcome in fermentation. So there's so much more stuff to do in agricultural science, engineering. It's great fun. I've got many, many years in these topics to go. It's just this uni that I'm at, they're not putting the subjects out. Actually, I got a really nice distinction in, what was it? Not even a distinction, an award in agriculture. It says I've been studying for 52 weeks with something and something. That was pretty nice from the university. Genetic Memory Farm says we sold it at Trader Joe's for a while. Didn't realise take off enough to stay on shelf. Meant to say, but a good flavour. Didn't really take off enough to stay on the shelf. Oh, yeah. Ah, righto. Sold it. Right. Huh. Yes. So it's more of a specialty thing. That's still interesting, though, isn't it? The black garlic. I like the weird stuff that you can do. Manipulate the cells in the foods to change outcomes. One of my subjects this semester is cell signaling. For that reason, I like to manipulate the cells to do different things to produce different outcomes. And that's one example with the black garlic, how they've done that. It ferments by that process. Cool as. But yeah, the garlic's rad. I've got 10 cultivars going. Some are really amazing. Some had some micro problems, so I had to fix those out, which I have. Yeah, and now I've just got to work on the genetics to strengthen it with organics through microbes, and each season it'll get stronger and bigger, and then I'll be using the ones that will, yeah, I'll share it with you, that swell the fruit. So gibberellic acid's a phytohormone that swells fruit. So I'll be putting in the microbes, if they're not already, which they are established, but I'll be inoculating at different stages for that to happen down the track as well, to swell the bulbs, to see if I can actually get them to swell bigger. Because one of the cultivars is elephant garlic, and honestly, the bulbs are the size of my fist, and I'm the size of a baseball, bigger than probably a softball. That's actually that was the biggest ones. Well, they're just massive, massive sizes of bulbs. So it's good fun to play around with that. Yeah, and it's a winning thing. So sort of at the end of the show, it was good to talk about that. I'd like to help other people get into growing their fruit and veg that they want in the areas that they live. And you don't have to do it on your own property. You can do that by other people's properties that they're not using, because they will be very happy for an organic grower to be growing on their unused land that they've got. So that's always a thing. Also, in the different states in Australia allow you to use state land legally, believe it or not. Another way to get into it. So there's a few different ways, if you don't have enough property, that you can actually do it yourself. And it's the future. That's one of the only things in the world that will be needed more and more, regardless, because the population is going up. And food wastage is still going up as well. But, yeah. So that's why these subjects are good. That's why you like them. And still a few people listening. Thank you. Please, if I don't know what we're talking about next week, so you're welcome to suggest topics and suggestions. But today was good. Winged it and had a good show. So I think that's about it. So I can retitle today's show Germination and review of the product, and then garlic at the end. And yeah, getting into the true garlic seed, if you want to get into that, you've got a small property, you can actually do that and create new cultivars at home. And then put some resistance into it by inoculating it with some bacteria, and bang, you're there. True garlic seed. Charge top dollar for it, because I've only seen it being sold in New Zealand. Just one example. Yay. Plant science at its best. And then, I won't go on. Just good fun. Many different opportunities, let alone the tissue culture. So I was going to start and talk about that, because you can start and do that with garlic. Create little ones. So with the, for instance, the scapes that come off the garlic, you might be able to tissue culture them. So by the time you're ready for next season's planting, you've got all of these, a few extra thousand plants to go out that are going to produce. So it's tissue culture is another realm. Then you can test with tissue culture your resistances. So your new cultivars that you got, you'll put in different things in the different mediums and seeing what survives. And that's all you do. Seeing if it survives. Oh, good, it's got resistance. In general, that's how basically it's done. Pretty cool. Genetic Memory Farm says, I had an idea for a restaurant that grows its vegetables. I need to sit and talk with you about it. Oh, yeah. That's rad. There was a show on telly I saw a few months ago that they're doing that. There's a company doing it in high-rise buildings in cities now. They're approaching the body corporates and asking, can they put thin gardens on the tops of high-rise buildings and then sell the produce down below? And it's it's just amazing. It's working really, really well. And these few people that are doing it are really successful now. It's a winning approach. You're reducing the solar radiation comes into the building and it's getting absorbed and put back into the plants. So you're actually thermally reducing the heat load for the building. And in winter too, it's insulating it. I shouldn't give out all the secrets, but it's a really good way. Yeah, sounds good, mate. I'd like to have a chat. Actually, Weed Nerds has got a chat coming up this weekend on the 7th. So if you're for those Weed Nerds, you can get interested in that if you want. Check out the post in Weed Nerds. And yeah, mate, GMF, I'll be keen to chat with you privately about it. Check your Zoom message. Give you some good ideas, because your other idea about the recycling of restaurant scraps is already taken. I saw that on a show not long ago. You did that. You mentioned that to me a few years ago, though. But yeah, someone's taken that idea. I didn't tell them either. It's in the States somewhere. Yeah, I did another one of my courses was entrepreneurship, and that's to start your own business. So to putting education with ideas and how to start your own business is it's a win-win. Work for yourself with your passion that you love, helping the planet at the same time. Happy 4th of July, everybody, to all those people out there letting all their fireworks off. It's legal in the States. Fireworks, as far as I know. But be responsible. They're showing on the cricket, everybody lighten up the skies. And actually, I think at the start, here's something for you to read. GMF says, man, it was a nice country we once had in the USA. All I can hear at the moment, he says, is blaring music and explosions from fireworks. Sounds like a war zone or a school playground, kids running psycho. Yes. Funny. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, the entrepreneurship, that's why I thought I'd take that course, because it helps with starting businesses. If you think, I can't get funding, well, that was the reason why I took that. One of the reasons why I took that course is because it tells you how to get funding. I couldn't believe how sort of simple it was, but that means you're sharing your business with someone else, but at least you're getting your business. If you've got that much of a good idea and you found a niche market, this an area you should be thinking of, because you just need to write your business plan and go from there. So you just put a good business plan. Hey, I'm actually not going to go into detail on that. Just a business plan. Google that. GMS says it is a matter of where, though. Businesses like composting are always localized. Yeah. Well, it's the future, because governments are going to make people go green soon. They're going to force people into it. Then they're going to they're going to put in subsidies. So people that use green will get paid, or it might be carbon credits or something like that. And it's an area that governments are getting into, and they're being forced into it by the planet. So if going green and getting a green type of business in the sense of environmentally friendly, it's the way to go. It's a area that you've got high chances of succeeding in. And if it's a niche market in an area, you've got a high chance of being bought out by a large company after you patent it. But that's talking more businessy. But yeah, it's the go. Niche markets, mate, if you can find them. I found one in Australia, but I'm not real financial and it's going to be hard on my own. But so I haven't taken it up yet because I can only do so much. If you can find one and work with people who are trusting, that's the hard bit these days, trusting, introducing more people, stick with family. Friends, it's really hard. Once money gets involved, it's really, really hard. It sucks. It ruins friendships. The amount of people it's ruined in my past through money. Let's get out of that subject. So yeah, this has been an hour. Fair income. Wow. Oh, thank you for entertaining me, everybody in chat, and teaching me some stuff today. Appreciate that. Hopefully we can all do it again next week. So bring your topics and your questions on your plant science, soil science, and microbiology next week, and we can rip into it and have a great show like today was. Thanks everybody for listening and interacting. If you like it, please press the like button, and hope to see you all through the week and next week. Happy 4th of Independence Day, USA. Happy breeding, happy growing, and good health to you all. Bye-bye. Go the orcas. See ya.